all the crazy kind of maybes. She plays you easy.
Do you study for hours, like 2, 3, maybe 5 hours straight? No breaks, no stopping? I used to think that was the move. Just grind, get through it, stay put, don't move, don't let yourself off the hook, just get it in your head.
Just need to finish this section and then study my flashcards.
And then you get to the end of those sessions. Let me ask you something. What did you actually remember? Was your memory completely wiped out?
Where am I? What am I doing here? We are wiping your memory. Hold still. No.
When you sat down and actually take a test, did your mind just go blank like mine's and you forget everything that you learned in the last 48 hours? Like a lot of you, I was making the same mistake. I would sit down and reread or do my homework or study for 5 to 6 hours and couldn't remember anything. The mistake that many of us make is we don't let our brain rest. You have to let your brain rest. Here's the problem. Your brain has a limit. So here's what's actually happening when you study for hours straight. Your brain runs on a rhythm, naturally cycles of highs, focus, and low focus that repeat almost every 90 minutes. So during the first 45 minutes of a focus session, your cognitive performance is at its peak. After that, it begins to slowly decline. Regardless of how much willpower you apply, regardless of how much strategies you apply, your brain is not retaining anything. When you push through those 2 or 3 or 4 hours of studying, you're actually not doing anything. You're not retaining anything. You get nothing in return. You're exhausted, you're losing focus, and you're making your brain associate studying with depletion. So I started an experiment using shorter and shorter study sessions. And I started to notice something. My best studying always happened in the first 45 minutes. After that hour, I will realize that
I am completely drained after studying all day, and my brain just feels like it has absolutely no energy left to continue working.
I tried something new.
I'm setting the timer for exactly 45 minutes to stay on track.
No phone, no tabs, no switching. Whether I felt done or not, I stopped. And I retained more in those 45-minute sessions than I have ever did in an all-nighter session. So that's what I call the 45-15-minute session or the 45-15-minute brain dump. And it's not just a productivity hack. This really works. The science, why it actually works. Your brain has a natural bias of what comes first and what comes last in any study session.
The primacy effect means you recall the first items with higher accuracy.
So studies show that brief rest periods after learning, even as little as 10 to 15 minutes of quiet, improves later recall compared to immediate moving from one material to the next subject. Here's how to actually do this. It's simple, but the details matter. Okay, the first 45, full focus. Phone face down or in another room. One subject only, no multitasking. If a thought interrupts you, write it down and return quickly. The block ends when the timer goes off, not when you feel done. The next, the 15. Actually stop. Get up, move your body, walk, stretch, get some water, make something happen. Again, no social media, no emails, no YouTube. Break will only work if it's truly a break. So, the reset, my favorite. Before each new 45-minute block, do a quick 2-minute brain dump. Write down everything you remember from the last block without looking at your notes. This is called the retrieval process. And if you don't know how to do this, I also made a video on it. Okay, so let's paraphrase. 45-minute focus session, 15-minute screen off, 2-minute brain dump, repeat. Go for 45 minutes and see what happens when your brain actually gets that rest. So the moral of my story, y'all, you don't need more time in the day, you just need better time. You need to use your time more wisely, which we're all guilty of. So stay productive, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye.